Hi there everyone, it's Tiffany with Ready Set Create. Getting ready to do a live process video with you on this kind of snowy, blustery Sunday night where I am. I don't know how the weather is where you are, but yeah, it's been kind of snowy and it's a good night for being in the craft room. It's been a good weekend for being in the craft room because the weather has not been fantastic. And actually this weekend Creative Memories has a virtual crop going on, and when they do a virtual crop, they do usually 4 sketches that they offer up throughout the weekend, and if you participate and upload a sketch onto their virtual crop Facebook page, you have a chance to win one of 4 prizes. So I figured I would use this live as a chance to do one of the sketches. So this is a sketch that I chose. This is sketch number 1 that has a spot for 4 photos and then some kind of wavy borders along the bottom with a title. So I'm gonna use that as my jumping off point and see what I come up with. Hi Gail. Hi Pat. Hi Judy. Hi Laura. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me in the virtual craft room. So I'm going to be using the Lullaby Lane collection. This is one that I've been kind of digging away at as the years gone by. I've already done 7 layouts with this. Whenever I have a collection, I put a scrap piece of paper into my folder with my collection, and I keep track of all the layouts that I do because I'm just a list person and I love knowing at the end how many layouts I've done. So I've done 7 layouts already with this collection. I have, I think I have, let's see, I have the Lullaby Lane general paper pack, and then I think maybe I had the I had another one in here. I think I have 2 paper packs in here. I don't know what this one was. Let's see, this says it. Oh boy, I think I have boy and girl and general Lullaby Lane, so there's a lot of paper in here. Plus I have the embellishments, the cards, and the stickers. So I'm going to start by choosing my papers. I haven't looked through this paper in a while, so it might take me a bit to choose. But I'm going to show you the photos. These are 3 photos of me and my friend Stephanie just goofing around. 2 silly photos and a nice photo. So I'm going to just do those 3 photos. And I think there was some kind of, I like this pinkish background paper. I think I might do that. And then maybe some navies. That might be my background. And maybe some of this navy to map my photos. And then I'll need some colors for my borders. But maybe I'll start with matting my photos and see how that goes. Like I said, I haven't looked at these papers in a while, so I should have taken some time to reacquaint myself with them, and I didn't. Oh, I like that blue. Maybe I'll do some of the blue. I don't need the ducks, but maybe this blue might be nice. All right, I'm going to set this stuff aside, and I'm just going to start with matting my photos. And I think I'm going to mat them on the navy. Got my mess here. I'm also going to be using the Shutter Love cartridge, which is a new Border Maker cartridge. And I figured that would be good to use for this one since we're taking photos. I printed my photos. I wanted 4x4s for this. And the way I do it is I make a collage that looks like a square and a rectangle, and then I just leave that blank, and I print them as 4x6 photos. So that saves me, you know, then I only have to pay 10 or 15 cents for a photo, but it's still square, so it ends up being a 4x4 square. So I'm just going to trim these, and then I can mat them. So has anybody been doing any crafting this weekend? I had plans to do more, and then it just didn't work out. You may have noticed I was supposed to do this live last night, and then I changed because my daughter came home. Kind of a last minute change of plans. But if you're one that has young adult kids, you spend time with them whenever they are available. So I was more than happy to change plans and spend time with her. We went out for lunch yesterday, then we went to the movies, and then we went to Marshall's. So we had a good girls' Saturday, which was nice. She and I can spend hours in Marshall's just walking around looking at things and saying, oh, isn't that cute? Look at how cute that is. So always fun to get to do that. So I'm just matting these on this navy paper. It's almost has a gray tint to it. But my friend's wearing a dark shirt, and I'm wearing kind of a pinkish shirt. So I think that these colors will go well. I'm actually going to do it this way. All right, so I have my 3 photos. These scraps out of here. Let me grab that background paper again. So in the sketch, it calls for 4 photos in a grid. So I'm going to do 3 photos in a grid because, you know, I'm not following directions completely, and I'm overlapping them a little bit, making them a little bit off kilter. So I think I'll do it like that. And I'm gonna look and see what I have for the cards. Wow, Judy, you've done 3 of the 4 so far? Which 3 have you done? Oh, sorry, Michelle. Well, welcome. So I'm going to look through these cards and see if I have a card that I can use as my 4th spot on this sketch. And I'm just going to flip through, and that will probably be a good place for me to maybe put my title. I could do this one. That might be good. That's a possibility. What I like about this collection is, like all collections, I look at the colors, I don't look at the design. So, you know, I like these colors. They're kind of muted, pale pinks and blues and greens, and there's definitely a lot of baby elements to it, but there's a lot that you can just use for something else. That one would be nice too. This one would be good if I cut out this section. That's a possibility. I don't think I'm going to go with the green. So I've got 3 possibilities. And I always keep my collections in these folders. And I put my cards in the front, my embellishments. If I have scraps, I'll put them here. And then I've got my stickers back here. All but number 3. Good for you. That's awesome. So I think I'm going to go with this card because I like how we've got the stacked colors there. And I'm just going to trim that to get rid of the green border. Oops. I brought my daughter to the train station this afternoon, and the drive home was horrendous. It was like right when this crazy snow squall started, and it took me probably a half an hour. It was almost an hour drive from where I had to drop her off, and it ended up being like an hour and a half drive. And it was everybody going super slow, which is fine. I'll go as slow as you need me to go. But it was black ice, and it was not great. But that's winter for you in New England. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so I've got that there. I like how that is. I'm going to go ahead and stick this stuff down. You know, when you have a sketch, it can make things really quick and easy to put together, which is awesome. It allows you to get a lot of layouts done. And especially if it's been a while since you scrapbooked and you're kind of not knowing where to start, or if you've scrapbooked a lot and you're running out of ideas, a sketch is a great way to just give yourself that idea and make it work for your photos and your style of scrapping too. So, you know, I rarely follow the sketch 100%. It's usually, I make it my own. And it's, you know, you can see hints of the sketch, but it's different than what they intended. All right, I'm going to move this one down a little bit. Move that one up, and then move this photo up. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to work on my border on the bottom, because you can see they've got these waves going across the bottom of the layout. So this is where I'm going to pull in the new Shutter Love Border Maker cartridge, which I haven't even used yet. It looks so adorable. Pull out my Border Maker system. And I am going to use this piece that is not a full 12 by 12. But I want to have some of that dark blue. So I'm still going to use it. So I'm just going to punch as much as I can from this. Because there's no rule that says you have to make a border 12 inches. You can make it whatever size you want. Where are my scissors? Hold on, I need my scissors. We had Ready, Set, Crop last weekend. We had an event at Devon's, and I still hadn't unpacked from that. So it's kind of the story of my life. I always seem to be unpacking from a crop. Although we don't have one until June, so I should be unpacked for a while. Unless something pops up. I'm always game for a last minute cropping expedition to be added to the calendar. All right, so I have one. I'm going to look for a couple more papers to do, or at least one more paper to do another. Oh, I remember I want to do this one. Yeah. You just unloaded your car. Yeah, well, I mean, Joanne, it was so snowy. I didn't unload my car, I think, probably until Wednesday. And, you know, so I was driving back and forth to work with like a full carload of stuff. But, I mean, when I got home from the weekend, you know, it was snowing. I was exhausted, so I had no interest in unpacking then. Takes me a while to unpack from a weekend. I'm not, I always make sure to get, if I have inks or paints or anything like that, I'll bring that stuff in so that it's not outside getting cold in the car. But other than that, I might drive around with it for weeks sometimes. Unpacking, destashing, and reorganizing. Nice. It's always a great way to do that after a crop, because you can really try to make sense of what you have going on in your craft room. So I've got these two here. I think I'm going to do a third because I like the idea of 3 sets of these. So maybe I will bring in the green that's in this card, even though I said I wasn't going to do any green. I might do it. Just to kind of mimic that a little bit. Where there's this one, that's pretty. with the hearts. I love the patterns on this paper, it's so fun. Let me see what greens are in here. This is a lot more greens in this pack. Ooh, that's great. Like those letters. That's pretty. Oh, I'll do these gumdrops. I don't know if these are gumdrops, but that's what I keep calling them. I'm gonna do those gumdrops. Finally in the home stretch, nice. That'll feel good when that's all done. And then you have a good spot where you can craft at home, Michelle? I really, this year, have to make an effort to reorganize my crafting area a little bit better. I tend to come down here, make a project, make a mess, and leave. And then repeat several times until disaster ensues. So I really need to just take a day and say, all I'm doing is organizing, destashing, and unpacking, like you said, Michelle, and really tackling all of that. All right, so there is my third set of Shutter Love. Oh, those are so cute. All right, I'm gonna grab my repositionable tape to stick these down. So I've got this, oh, that's cute too, look at that. I think I'll stick with the green, but I do like that. I'm gonna put this down on my mat, and I'm just gonna run the repo along the back of my border. And it's only gonna stick on my border. I'm gonna snip this one a little bit. I'm gonna snip it there, okay? Then I'm gonna do this one. And then I'll do the full 12 by 12. So I like using the repo because then it's only going to stick where I need it to on my border. I can easily wipe this off my mat later on. It doesn't make a big sticky mess. This is a really fun border to overlap, because you can see through all of it, so it just makes it kind of interesting. All right, I'm gonna grab my pen. I feel like I definitely need a lot more on this page, but I don't know what. So I'm just gonna start with outlining. Yeah, I really like this one. And you know, this can be used for, I mean, absolutely everything. Cameras and hearts, and you can cut the cameras and cut the hearts and have them be just separate embellishments, so it makes it a very useful border. I haven't thought of what my title's going to be yet, so I do have to think about that. I will post the layout. Once I think of my title and put that on, I'll take a new photo with my journaling and everything. But I just, my brain, I've thought of a couple of things like being goofy or whatever, but I don't know, that's just not really feeling right. So I have to think about it a little bit more. My title's gonna go there. I'm gonna pull out the embellishments to see if there's anything I want to add embellishment-wise. The embellishments and the stickers from Lullaby Lane tend to be very babyish. So, you know, I'm going to say it's unlikely that I find anything that I want to use, but I could use these hearts. That big heart would be cute. I mean, time flies, honestly. She and I have been friends since 2nd grade, so that could work. But a lot of these are very, very babyish. I don't think I want any borders because I already did the 3 borders at the bottom, but I'm just gonna check and see. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of those. Just always good to take a look, just in case. You want anything from your stickers. But I like these big pockets in the back so I can hold my stickers and keep all that organized. Okay, so this scrap that I have, I really like, and I think I'm going to just trim a little piece of it to stick at the top and the bottom to kind of pull that grid together. And that'll give me a spot to do the date right there too. I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom, just a little scrap of that paper. Just kind of pulls that grid, pulls your eye into it a little bit more. Yeah, I think it would be really great, Judy, if you separated the hearts and the cameras and made little embellishments that you sprinkled around your layout. That would be really cool. All right, so I've got these enamel hearts that I will probably use. And I'm just gonna see if any of these, they're probably not going to work for this layout because they are pretty babyish. But you know what? I will save these and make some quick greeting cards with them when I have a friend that's having a baby. I'm gonna probably use that and cover it up with the date. That would be cute. But the rest of these are not gonna work for today. Yeah, you recognize this friend, Judy? This crazy girl? All right, so I've got this heart here. Oh, which might be nice there if I cover that up. So let me see. If I can just cover up the word baby with this polka dot paper. I like to make things work whenever possible. So yeah, look at that. Cover that up. Let me fix this a little bit. And I'm going to get my little Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Staple that on there. And then I'll just put the date right there. Then that can tuck there. And then this big heart. Can go there. And then I've got another heart here. I think I will use this Time Flies, and maybe I'll talk about our friendship and how far we go back. I'm going to grab just this plain pink heart and put that there. And then a couple of these enamel hearts. And the little dots. Oops. My cat just arrived. Sorry, Maxwell. This is not... Just wanted to be part of the show for a moment. Okay, so then now I have a spot here where I can do my journaling about our friendship over the years, and I really like that because I didn't necessarily want it to be about our goofy faces. Yeah, Michelle, these die cuts are all double-sided, so the other side said Sweet Baby, but just in pink. But a lot of them, like the elephant and things, or like this stork, yeah, you could flip it over and use the other side. This one just happened to have it in on both sides. So, but yeah, a lot of times you can just flip them over and use the other side of that shape, and that works too. So, reminder of here's the sketch again. So obviously I used it as a jumping off point. I had this grid, but I only did 3 photos instead of the 4. And then I used this 4th grid area for my title and my journaling. And then they had like a border down here, which I did a little bit differently than they did, but that's okay. It's just a jumping off point to get you started. And it was a fun way to incorporate the new Shutter Love cartridge, which I really like. So I think that's going to be it. I'll add my journaling and I will post a picture with the finished page. Yeah, aren't these colors pretty? I really like the Lullaby Lane collection. I love the pale pinks and greens and blues. I just think it's nice. And then with the darker colors, I think it's a nice collection. And you know, I don't have any babies in my life, but this is layout number 8 that I've made with this collection. So I've certainly made good use of it. Even though I have no babies, it's still just looking at the colors and ignoring the baby stuff. You can definitely make it work. So thank you guys so much for watching. This came along pretty quickly. If you're interested in following along, just look up Creative Memories Virtual Crop and you can see the 4 sketches that they have. And like I said, if you post your sketches, you have a chance to win 4 different prizes. You have to post by Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So Judy, good luck to you. And that's impressive that you've already done 3 of the layouts. That's really cool. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday night and enjoy tomorrow if you happen to have tomorrow off. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.